Okay guys, I'm gonna give this a whirl. I've been hearing bad things about this fight, but we'll see. Because the one to get in here wasn't bad at all by comparison.
Get to that overhang.
That wasn't nearly as bad as everybody made it out to be. Wow. I bet you I get a hell load of parts off this thing. Oh yeah. More than I could see. A Tide Ripper, that's a new one. Okay, are there any goodies? Because I blew parts off this thing, but I'm not seeing them. So pretty in here. I didn't want to spoil the swimming part for people, so if you want to see the swimming part, which is even more beautiful, and a bit complicated, go somewhere else. I don't want to blow that off for everybody, because it was a lot of fun.
Hot as an Oseram forge, as Aaron would say.
And so the great adventurers rose triumphant. Their foe bereft.
And if anybody has any contacts with Gorilla, you might tell them that putting that many things on the toolbars causes you to die more than anything else. It is absolutely the worst part of their design. But this is the best part, so I kind of got both. I wanted to see you guys to see that before I started saying anything about that. Because this... like, there's like 15 things in there, and you can't switch fast enough no matter what you do. Oh, Maggie just freaked out because the phone vibrated underneath of her. It startled her. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna take a last sweep around here.
Where there's a spark, there's a way.
And see if I see anything else.
You guys all right?
More than all right. We did it! All the embers we could ever want, and it's all thanks to you.
Very, heartwarming. But maybe we can just, you know, grab what we came here for and get out before any more of those things decide to show up.
Now, shard counter. Nothing wrong with a little reveling. Though we should probably let our flame-haired friend get going. I believe she has business down here, does she not?
Right, of course. You need any help?
I can handle it from here.
Very well. We'll start taking some of the embers upstairs. Holler if you need us.
Thanks. Poseidon should be somewhere
Feels like
beneath
I'm
the
in
skin.
Jaws.
Time to bring it home. This will be my stash when I need it.
I almost don't want to leave because it's so pretty. Like, it is so pretty.
Okay. Poseidon should be hiding in some kind of processor. I need to find a console to gain access to it.
Data corrupted. Hidden in the AC code, so someone must have inserted it via thermostat interface. Pretty funny, actually. You know how that hollow ad for the Crave Men review over at the vodka? Well, their loincloths disappeared. Went on for almost an hour before we shut it down. Check on the side. We can't let it happen again. I've been over the environmental and hollow systems, and they look okay. On your shift, have a look at the water and filtration code. Hate to think what might happen if those systems were compromised. Would be a lot worse than a few naked Neanderthals in the strip. Sounds like Ottawa to me. Bunch of naked Neanderthals in the hot tub. I can't do it. I can't give up on this place. I'm leaving everything on standby. The system's equipped to run for decades, if not hundreds of years. It's a long shot, but maybe someday, against all odds, someone will find this place again. Marvel at its lights and wonders, discover fortune and boundless opportunity. Make it their own dream. After all, if this city can give me a second chance, if water can flow in a wasteland, anything's possible. There's a long, sad story there, and it's really good. Really well done.
I'm here to bring you home, Poseidon. To Gaia. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Poseidon's subordinate function to original code.
Okay. Gotta bring this back to Gaia.
System reboot initiated.
Looks like taking Poseidon triggered a restart of the city's power system. Warland and crew must have headed back up top. With all the embers they could carry.
Oh, wow. Yep, it's Vegas. Bright, loud, and gaudy. It's definitely Vegas, but it's pretty.
Pack's full, but my stash has room.
The dragon is gorgeous. The whole place is beautiful, but...
An elevator. Moreland must have built this before the place flooded. It can still work.
And there is a reason I'm
It's not to have to climb
skipping,
back up.
because that storyline is the one I was telling you about, and it's one of those things you really have to play it through, and it's so crucial, and it sets up an atmosphere so good. This is one of the things that Guerrilla is very good at. Somehow their writing is incredible.
What's going on out there?
Whatever she did, it must have powered up the whole city.
Is that
Oh, this should be worth it. Oh my god!
The show my old Gramps always wanted.
There's another.
his dream realized? His old Gramps' legacy ensured. Our hero beheld the sea of desert lights and wept at his good fortune.
When I saw the embers as a child, I never dreamed they could be like this. Thank you, Aloy. Well, did you find what you were looking for?
I did. And now I have to move on.
Oh. Oh. Come back when you can. I got big plans for this place.
I thought you wanted to put on shows with the Embers back in the claim.
Oh, no. This is the show. Oh, can you imagine? Folks from all over the land coming to take it all in. Plus, some food and a nice place to stay.
Not to mention a variety of entertainment venues.
Don't forget, games of chance. Plenty of shards to be had there for certain.
A new dream, huh? I hope you make it happen. Goodbye, gentlemen.
This delve was a story for the ages. All thanks to you.
If Moreland and crew's gonna stay, maybe I should come back and check on them later. For now, I need to get Poseidon back to Gaia. With all the ruins here, might want to look around before I head back. And with my new diving mask, I can swim as I need to. Like at those deep water sites I found earlier.
I know I'm gonna have to go in there, but I'm not looking forward to it, because those things they seem to like to stick big things on me, and lots of booming and lots of throwing controller and swearing starts happening. And so not that one. That one's probably just as bad, though, looking around what's there. Yeah, it's probably just as bad. Not that one. Which one was it? There was one that looked easy, and then I got there, and it was a whole other story. And that is still broken. There's one I wanted to warn everybody about. It looks easy when you get to it, and it says it's like level 16, and then you get there. And yeah, just be loaded for bear when you go in. Where was it? It's one here somewhere. Like, it's like right there somewhere. I just can't get my eye on it. Anyway, if you come across one of these that says level 16, yeah, go in loaded for bear, because it's going to look, oh, that doesn't look so bad. And then you get in there, and there are two nasty rippers running around. And there are all kinds of, what's that, I wonder? There are all kinds of the, rebels. But the problem isn't the rebels, the problem is the machines and the rebels together. And I don't even know if the rebels had control of them or not, but it was awful. It was awful. It was nasty.
Can't let the cold distract me.
Now, let's see what everybody has to say.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup. Like the card show. Why? Yeah, it beats me.
It probably meant something to them. And the Tanakh.
I just think my face says it all as is, that's all.
That it does.
Hey, look who's back. You find what you're looking for?
I did. One step closer to taking the fight to the Zeniths.
Can't wait.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke. About how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
I see you've got strikes
I'm
up.
not good with this.
Mind if I have a go at it?
Really? Sure. Let's do it.
I'm going to lose. I give up on this. This is worse than
That's
Gwent
all right.
is in the other
We
one.
can play later.
I better get going.
All right. I'll be here.
Aloy,
I
you
love
found another
Zoe.
one of Gaia's sub-functions?
2 down, 1 to go.
I'm glad her healing can continue.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them, even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
I better get going.
Right. You've got that sub-function to deliver.
Yeah?
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me.
So I hear.
I made one joke about how they, eat grass. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well.
Just try not to get hurt. I better head
That
out.
was weird. Apparently it wanted me to talk to her before it
luck.
talked to him, and I talked to him first. It made me go back. Usually... Ah, there it is. Well, apparently not this time.
Anybody seen one of my machines?
One of Studious Fortis's many scrolls. There's a pain getting hit. Still, he didn't deserve to be run down by Regala's riders.
Where is everybody? This is weird.
Is this a piece from the bulwark? Catalo must have brought this with him as a trophy. I may have fired the cannon, but he really put Dakota in his place.
Where is like, we're missing, what, 3 people now? 4? Are they hiding or something? It's weird.
Welcome back, Aloy. I see you have recovered Poseidon.
Drone's reconnected now.
This should be interesting, considering what I just did.
An excellent choice.
No, it doesn't show it. It doesn't show all the light show.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it. Hey, Gaia. Me again.
Welcome back, Aloy. Where shall we resume?
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter,
So once I...
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of... I may be able to improve conditions in the However, like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was alone and frightened. It may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay. I'll keep my guard. The missing subordinate functions.
Oh, I hate when they put things on these wheels. It really screws everything up for me.
All 3 of them.
There's got to be a better way to do that.
Attaining them.
Especially with console freaking controller drift.
Were you able to make
I had to replace this one just recently.
Yes. Many rivers, streams, and lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified. As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline. According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can. The missing subordinate functions.
Oh, I hate
What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the agriculture upon on all.
Pharaoh, huh?
He appeared
All four.
empowering my unfortunate.
I guess that would...
Correct.
So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Oseram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city, Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up. See you later, Gaia.
Until next time, Aloy.
Is your focus acting up again?
That's fine.
I can take a look if you want.
Nah. Usually works if I just flick it a few times with my thumb.
I don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning. Looks like some kind of maintenance space. I wonder where this leads. Cells? Huh. That door won't open. But maybe if it had power... That did it.
Aloy? A bunch of lights just turned on up here? Was that you?
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess it was.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
Oh God, I'm gonna cry.
From the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Carrie-Ann Moss.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage? She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses. You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel? It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone. You said that... So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave. You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many. They didn't interest you? I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis. Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use? No. Any information about them was redacted. So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
Is it her sister?
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Am I missing something? Like, there must have been a reason for this thing to be here. Other than that room, which you could get to another way.
passages back in the day.
All over the world, too. Anytime they wanted.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like that. I wouldn't want my Aunt Alga knowing she could just talk to me every second of the day. My ears would pop off.
Hey, Aloy. Everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl were down in that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
Well, okay,
I see someone's been playing Strike.
I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things.
You should try playing Katalo. It's a Tanakh game. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, sure, Tanakh. Sure he won't try and kill me if I win?
Pretty sure. Do I smell ale?
I brought some over with everything that's been going on. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good... That's what my sister always said. And you...
Maybe another time. Let's see.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. That's half the fun. You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
I should get going.
Back to reading, I guess. Do be careful out there.
Aloy.
Hey.
I am well. Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do...
Is there...
Oh, no.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering... What do you know about
He's
his mother?
right there. He's right there.
Bad, huh?
Why
right
do you
there.
know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but...
She's the war chief. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a thunder, but she could be pretty harsh.
I see. That must have been hard. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off.
I'd like to see her try.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called Museum. From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see, and like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
That sounds... crowded, but... The Zenith did a number on Beta. But she seems...
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortal old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and... I've never heard of anything so... To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
I should get going.
Good luck on your search.
Hey, got us.
Of course.
How's training?
Discovering something new about our path. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I had thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew, and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zenith. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the war, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them. It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding. Any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith? yet allow them to capture you.
With silence, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet. What do you make of this Tilda the Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe. You brought up Rost. He was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was, and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes, when I think about my sister, about what it hurts, and I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
I should get back out there.
We'll be here if you...
Plugging in that power cell downstairs must have turned on these holograms.
So this Hephaestus, he's like, Gaia's own personal dragon.
Yeah. A very angry one.
As like my husband Lawrence,
I see politics stay the same no matter how much time passes.
Mind if we have a word?
Of course not.
Must be strange.
I can see machines, their strengths and weaknesses, simply to think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful.
Does it still hurt?
I try not to think about it. But it's difficult to explain.
I can't claim to...
Then you have my thanks.
Have you spoken with him?
I did see him bring some ale.
That stuff's as bitter as...
You get used to it, eventually.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind... What do you think of this place?
It's an efficient center of operations, and an acceptable training facility, though it could use some more... color.
Duly noted. I should get going.
If I can help...
I will.
Where is that terminal? Because now Oh, I know why. Because I haven't done a
There's a lot of equipment
cauldron.
here. Gaia?
Oh.
What was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From
Ethan Reed. It says... Oh, it
I've
does...
been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is gonna have a lot of seed stock to work with. My favorite? Sample 626. Calotropis gigantea. The crown flower. We used to have one in our backyard. Butterflies always fluttering around. Every morning, August would run out there to check under the leaves. see if any caterpillars turned into chrysalises. Now, I'd like to imagine that the future will be filled with them. I've been tackling...
Here, Control Center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see. According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
I think this is where Cranky is, isn't it? Yeah, this is just where Cranky is.
No good. Door's locked. Why is this door locked now?
Beta requested the use of that room as her personal space. I have locked it at her request.
Okay.
Well, they didn't have to.
Well, I guess I'm going back to areas that I didn't get finished because they were locked and figuring those out for a bit. I'm going to drop the stream here for a bit though and go do that. I'll bring you back probably tomorrow night or later this evening. Take care guys, Janeway out.